Good morning, everyone. It's South Stereo Post. How you all doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for joining me this morning on this, was it Tuesday morning today? Tuesday morning. It is Tuesday. Beautiful Tuesday, of course, guys. I hope everyone is having a fabulous day wherever you are in the world. Thank you for joining me, guys. It's so great to have you here. Before I start, though, please could you kindly subscribe to the channel if you are new. We do need to get those subscribers up, guys. We do need to get to 5,000 subscribers. We're well on our way to 5,000 subscribers, guys. And don't forget to smash a like on the video as well when you come in. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. Good morning, Sanjay. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hope everything is good with you. Good morning, Mark. Hope everything is good with you as well, Mark. Good to have you on board. Good to have you on board, guys. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Now, look, you know what? Never a quiet day in regards to Man United. Of course, there's never a quiet day in regards to Man United. We've always got some kind of news or some kind of quotes to be leaning on in regards to our football club, of course, guys. And do you know what? We are the talk of the town. We're the talk of the town, guys. How you doing, Chow? Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Good to see you, of course. Good to see you, nice. Good morning, afternoon, evening. The Glow Man United around the world, getting closer to the weekend. Can't wait to watch you. How are you, sir? I'm big. I'm big. No, I'm good. Sorry, David. I'm good. I'm very good. Thank you very much. I hope you're doing well, David. Good to see you, mate. It is match week, of course, guys. It is starting to get that momentum of the match week, of course, guys. This is what it's all about. But let's dive straight into the news, of course, guys. Firstly, I do want to bring in some quotes, of course, guys. I want to bring in some quotes from a former player. Right, didn't play for Man United. Unfortunately, some say he didn't play for Man United. I don't know what you think about that. I mean, Sir Alex Ferguson said it was one of his biggest regrets, him not playing for Man United, in regards to him signing for Tottenham Hotspur. Do you know who it is? Do you know who it is? He ended up signing for Tottenham instead of signing for Man United. Let's go straight into it, guys. If I get this up for you guys, let's go straight into it. Now, let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this, guys. Let's get a look. Yeah. So that's the Zidane rumors, of course, guys. Here we go. I've got it here somewhere. Here we go. Now, Paul Gascoigne, Gaza, in other words, former, obviously, Tottenham Hotspur player, Lazio player, Rangers player, of course, has been speaking about Erik ten Hag. And he has basically said that the United players are taking a piss, basically, are taking a mick. They're having a laugh, basically, and in regards to their performances on the pitch. He has said Man United boss Erik ten Hag could be replaced by returning legend, of course, Sir Alex Ferguson, for one season, according to Paul Gascoigne. Ten Hag is under under pressure to turn around his side form from Ineos after Ineos put their faith in him over the summer, handing the Red Devils boss a one-year contract extension. It goes on. When asked whether he could see Ten Hag lasting until Christmas, Paul Gascoigne said, "It's like me as a player. I knew I was good, and it doesn't matter who I was up against or replacing or instance, no problem." To follow Alex Ferguson, a few of them, even Jose Mourinho didn't last long. David Moyes, not for long. Looking at Ten Hag, I feel sorry for him a bit. I would love Alex Ferguson to have just take over just for one season and just see what he could do with those players, because I think some of those players are taking the piss out of Ten Hag, basically taking the piss out of Ten Hag. You've got to give the man a bit of respect, and it's such a massive club. I don't think some of these players realize who they are playing for, guys. Thank you so much, Gaza. There, that is the legend, Gaza, guys. Absolutely, I agree with that. You see what I mean? You see what I'm talking about, guys? This is what I've been talking about at the end of the day, about not just being Ten Hag. Don't just be Ten Hag out and that's it. I'm Ten Hag out and that's it, and not looking at the circumstances. Do you know what I mean? And this is Gaza. This is a legend at the end of the day, a footballing legend, and he's seeing it from the outside. He's not a Man United fan, but he's seeing it from a perspective, that I'm seeing it from. And he's saying that some of these players are really not trying. They're really taking the mick, basically. Taking the mick means taking a pee, of course, guys. Really taking a mick, and don't know who they're playing for, truly. I personally believe that. I personally believe that some of those players don't understand quite who they're playing for. Because sometimes you look at the effort levels and you look at, the results, and you think, goodness me, we shouldn't be losing to that team or drawing to that team. And why are you pulling out of challenges? You know what? We've had this for months and months in regards to players pulling out of challenges, years, in fact. You know what? Van Gaal is a good manager. Jose is a good manager. Ten Hag is a good manager. Do you know what I mean? And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, of course, is a Manchester United legend. So what's going on there? Is Gaza right? What do you think about those comments, guys? Good morning, Kazi. How you doing, my friend? Good morning, Brian. How you doing? Good morning, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Jim, good morning, my legend. Hope you're doing well. Good morning to you, Sal, in use, and good afternoon for me. Good afternoon, Jim, of course, guys. Guys, do you think Alvarez will be good left back? Should United bring him back after selling him in the summer? Same goes for Gomez. I for one don't think so. Cashing on Celon, we have on Alvarez. I don't know, mate. There's plenty of left backs out there. Let's not forget, Mark. Absolutely. As well. Greetings, Brian. Greetings, Cos. It'll just be represent a cheaper option for us, probably, if we do get him back. But he has done well at Benfica. Big up Jim and Kazi. Big up Kazi and Jim, of course. Big up Sal and everybody. Big up Fnatic8. Thank you for joining me today, my friend. Thank you. Big up Jim and Brian. Big up everyone, of course. Mark, Eric should man up and take out that axe. But then again, the injuries has given them an excuse for being absolutely, Mark. And this is the whole problem with it. Do you know what I mean? They're looking for people to blame. So basically, Gaz is saying that they're laying all the blame on Eric Ten Hag, but those players are taking the piss. They're the ones who are taking the mick, basically. They're the ones who are down tooling and blaming Eric Ten Hag for it. It's your fault. It's your fault. This is not the first time they've done this kind of thing as well. We have to remember, this is not the first time they've gone out their way to bring down a manager and until he is eventually removed from his position, of course, guys. Do you know what I mean? So then again, you know, some people are saying, oh, they should sack Ten Hag, they should get rid of him now, they should sack him now, but not looking at the past, not looking at the evidence that was put in front of them at the end of the day, guys. The evidence in front of them was, you know, like they down told, you know what, Sorry, guys, am I back? Of course, am I back? Hopefully. I'm back, guys. Hopefully, I'm back. Well, we'll be back. There you go. It is evidence. Evidently, these players have been down to it, and some of them have been there for 7 years. So, what are we going to do? You know what I mean? We're going to do the same thing. We're going to sack Ten Hag. We're going to get a new manager. These same players will stay. They'll survive another manager. They will play well for a few months. Then think, do you know what? I'm not really feeling this manager anymore. And then they'll down put tool, of course. Of course. You are back. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, this is a very, very crazy network over here. Well, I am, of course, guys. But yeah, so what do you think about that? Those quotes from Gaza, basically. Absolutely. Big up, Sal. Watch United red carpet show. KG was spot on about Ineos. I don't really watch it anymore. The red carpet. I don't really watch it anymore. At the end of the day, KG's balanced, but KG's swapped his opinions out too soon, and it's too soon to judge Ineos as well. In my opinion, we can't be talking about Ineos at the end of the day. We can't be. One thing I would say is that anyone who brings side on their show, I don't think is really worth watching anymore. If I'm being totally honest with you guys. Absolutely. Man United is run but like a bloody 7-Eleven cheap store. Fans kicked in the guts. It's about time fans fight back, not about sacking Ten Hag, but about protesting to the board and ownership for real change. The real change, we have to give them a chance. It has been only a few months since they've been in charge. Of course, the changes are happening as we speak. We know that change is happening as we speak, but there are still players there that need to be removed. There's a culture there that needs to be removed, of course. Absolutely. There's a culture problem at Man United, and there is obviously a fundamental problem within the football club that needs to be addressed. And of course, I hope that Ineos are addressing these problems. I hope they are getting involved in these problems. As everyone knows, I was a firm supporter of Qatar, but Ineos are at our club now, so we have to hope that they make the changes that are necessary. If players are not playing well, we shouldn't be giving them new contracts. I don't think Bruno should have been given a new contract. I thought that was wrong. We shouldn't have given him a new contract. Contracts should be rewarded, in my opinion. They should be based on effort and based on reward and based on achievements, in my opinion, if you know what I mean. Liking the t-shirt, Sal. Thank you so much, my guy. Thank you, Adidas. Thank you very much. Kazi, hope you're doing well. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Tesfa, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the stream. Oh my God, sir. Alex Fags was still I think the dressing would be left with 5 or 6 young players, hungry players, and the rest would do it with a few days. How would I love that to happen? My goodness me, they wouldn't be able to. Do you know what? One thing though with this generation, of course, I'm not going to say that brings Sir Alex Ferguson back. Sir Alex Ferguson is getting onto his tender age, of course. And you know what? We need to give him his retirement at the end and give the guy a break at the end of the day. Look, you know what? That dressing room there, you know what? I don't think he would like going into that dressing room at his age. You know what? Because the aggression and stuff that you would need to implement on those players would be absolutely astronomical in my opinion. Astronomical. It'd be incredible imagine Alex Ferguson walking into that dressing room of those egos, those underachievers. Of course, guys, can you imagine? So Alex Ferguson trying to tell Rashford this and trying to tell, do you know what I mean, Maguire this and Lindelof and all these players what to do. Looking at Luke Shaw on the treatment table. How long's he been on the treatment table? For goodness sake, how long you been on the treatment table? Get your ass up and get yourself out there playing football. Of course, he probably would play the youngsters, if I'm being honest with you. It is one to think about at the end of the day, isn't it? Change to attitudes and culture is what I mean, and discipline. Absolutely, changing attitude and culture, and we do need that. And one thing that by doing that, you have to back the manager. You have to, and by backing the manager, I mean like the manager doesn't go first. The players go first. You know, we can't keep doing the same thing as we've done over and over again. Manager goes first, players stay. You know, another manager comes in, they get a miraculous new manager bounce, as it happens every single time. And then, you know what, they down tool when they feel like it, when they don't get on with the manager anymore because they have to do certain things that they don't want to do, of course, guys. Chichi, good morning, my friend. Hope you're doing well, Gloria. Hope you're good. Good morning, Sal. How has your week been? Fantastic, mate. Absolutely perfect. Thank you very much for asking. Had a lovely week. Thank you. It's still early in the week, of course, still only Tuesday. Let's not forget. The best thing to do is to pay the wages on the players who don't perform and reduce their wages. Yeah, the problem is, Jim, is that, you know, they're contractually obliged to get that wage, ain't they? So we've given them these contracts where they hold the power. You know, they basically hold the fork, basically, in regards to what they have. You cannot reduce the players' wages without it being contractually in their contract, basically, you know, performance boosted in regards to their performance in their contract is what they have. If we suddenly said, right, no, we're not going to give you 350 grand anymore, we're going to give you 200 grand, you know what, that'd be a breach of contract, wouldn't it? So this is the problem that we've been having in the past, giving these players these ridiculous contracts where they hold the power. We need contracts where we hold the power. And we should have performance-based contracts. I've said it for years that we should have performance-based contracts. And hopefully under Ineos now they start making these slight changes in regards to these contracts and stuff like that. I would love that. Wouldn't you love that? Me, I would absolutely love that, guys. No. So Alex Ferguson has to relax because United had to get in the right without him in the picture. So Alex is aged and we can't keep calling upon him. For how long? Chichi, Gloria, you know what? This is Gaza. Gaza said for one season, for the rest of the season, if Eric Ten Hag gets sacked, bring in Alex Ferguson for one more season just to see how it goes, just to steady the ship, basically. That's basically what Gaza was saying. He's basically saying he would love to see it. It's not saying it's going to happen. He's saying he would love to see it. He would love to see the reaction of some of these players if they would perform, if they were, you know what, stay themselves or stuff like that, or will Alex Ferguson get the best out of him? That is one thing to tell. That will be interesting because why it'd be interesting is because you would see where the problems are. If Alex Ferguson was in charge of Man United, you would then see where the problems lie. And I guarantee you isn't with the manager. Absolutely. Chichi, so the rest because his age intensely football might affect his. Yeah, of course. It's just a suggestion, Gloria. It's from Gaza. Paul Gascoigne, of course, it's not going to happen. So Alex Ferguson is not in the right health to take over Man United again, especially those bunch of players. No chance at all. You know what? It would be too much of it. Of course, Sir Alex Ferguson's management style is very intense as well. You know what? He's very aggressive. And at his age, I think he needs to relax, absolutely. But that was a suggestion from Gaza, Paul Gascoigne. I think it's a very interesting point. And it would have been interesting to see what would happen if he did come back to Man United and manage Man United in some capacity. That'd be incredible, wouldn't it, at the end of the day? But you know what? As you said, yeah, health-wise, we have to look out for our own, of course, guys. We have to look out for our own. Now, news coming in regards to Antony. Antony, I mean, you either love him or hate him, of course, guys. Manchester United have decided to let Antony leave in January. He's available on loan or a permanent transfer. Ajax, Newcastle, and Crystal Palace are interested in the winger. Guys, what do you think about that, guys? What do you think about that? Antony, do you know what? I don't think he's been given much of an opportunity this season. I do think that last season, Antony was affected by the off-field issues. Of course, he almost got arrested in Brazil, as we know. So, you know, I don't judge Antony too much from last season. I do think he deserved, a couple of appearances this season, a couple of starts this season, given that some of our wingers haven't been performing to their best. So, you know what? Antony does deserve some playing time. But if we can't give him playing time, I think it's better if we do cash in on him or put him on a loan and get him some first team football. Although I would not loan him to Newcastle or Crystal Palace because that is strengthening another Premier League club. And we don't want to strengthen any other Premier League club, in particular Newcastle United, who will be competing with us up there. Hopefully will be competing up there with us for that top 4 position, of course. So in regards to Antony, do you know what? If you want to get rid of him, cash in on him, get the money from him, sell him back to Ajax or something like that. We're going to have to cut a loss, of course, guys. It's going to be a big loss in regards to Antony, in my opinion. If we can get something in the region of 40 million for him, that would be absolutely fantastic. Some may laugh, of course, for 40 million. He is worth 40 million. Of course, that's how much we should have purchased him in the first place, guys. If you know, but we were run by incompetent, obviously, board members who cannot negotiate to the final minute of the window and end up playing an astronomical over extortionate price for the player, of course, guys, which we have been doing for years, of course, guys. Where are we, guys? Yep. The best thing to do is, yeah, I think I read that one. Big up, Jim. Big up, of course. Okay. What kind of defense are we going to put out in the weekend? I hope we put the defense that we're gonna, you know, that works for me in regards. Obviously, it sounds like a very easy thing to do, but you know what? The defense that works for me is I would play Harry Amass on the left back, because he's a left footer, and I'll explain myself why 100 times of why I would play Harry Amass as a left back. I play Dalot as a right back. I'll play Leacher on the left centre back. I'll play De Ligt in the right side centre back. We need balance on that defence. It's so important we have balance, because at the end of the day, we've conceded all of our goals from that left-hand position. So that means what we're doing right now is not working. It's not working, guys. So we have to move away from that, guys. We got Brentford at the weekend. We got the Brentford, and we have to win that game, guys. It's all about winning that game. I can't wait for the game, obviously. It's a very interesting game, because Brentford are not the hardest team in the world, but they're also not the easiest team in the world. And Thomas Frank is the manager. Of course, Thomas Frank has been linked with the Manchester United job numerous amounts of times. So it's going to be interesting to see Ten Hag against Thomas Frank as well, guys. Of course, performance-based contracts is best way to go. Absolutely, Jim. If this is me, I'll sack these players, and when I bring in new players, I'll lower their wages and make sure they honour and earn the badge. And this is why Qatar would have been a great option for Man United, because Qatar would have bought out their contracts. Now you can't just sack players without paying them an astronomical amount of money. You have to pay off their contracts, which is going to cost millions, of course. So this is what Qatar would have done, and this would have been better, obviously, if Man United had a full sale, Glazers out, debt cleared, of course. That is what we were an advocate for. We were an advocate for this, and unfortunately, we got the 27%, and we have to live with it. And you know, I don't think they can afford to sack them. This is the sad thing about it as well, of course, guys. Crystal Palace are in for him too. Yeah, I said Crystal Palace. He was on there. He was on the list. Crystal Palace are in for him too. I said it on there. Of course, guys. Crystal Palace are in for him. Here is the banner again, guys. I'll bring it in for you. There you go. It says it there. Ajax, Newcastle, and Crystal Palace are interested in a winger. Yep, as it says on the banner, my friends. My friend Kazi, you are a soggy biscuit, my friend. Big up. Absolutely. There we go. Uchichi, give me Antony a playing time now before January. At least he's been on our bench for some time now. Who knows? He can learn his lessons. This is the same with Rashid. I agree, Uchichi. I do agree that we should have given him more game time. We haven't given him enough game time this season. You know what? I've seen a couple of glimpses of him, but we need to start him. You know, unfortunately, when Ten Hag has his mind set on something, he tends not to move away from it. He's incredibly stubborn, but there's nothing wrong in being stubborn as a manager. Most managers are stubborn, but he's incredibly stubborn for change. You know, he doesn't really change it. As when we're calling out for change, he doesn't change it, and this is the problem with it, of course, guys. Absolutely. I think he is more hunger on the pitch than some of the players, but not good enough to wish him the best. Absolutely, Tesfa. I think one thing about Antony, he always gives 100%, in my opinion. He always gives 100% and never gives in, of course. And he's a different type of winger to our other wingers, of course. He does track back, but Ahmed tracks back as well. But you know, the aggression of Antony, I like the passion of Antony, I like in regards to grabbing a badge, kissing a badge. And you know what? He's not a bad player, but maybe he's just not right for Man United so far. But I would have played him more times this season just to see, because last season was very, very difficult to judge any player last season because of what happened, you know, in regards to the off-field issues, etc. Of course. Oh my God, it's early bird Sal. Big up bath time, early bird bath time. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Hope everything is cool with you. Dalot need to play on the right-hand side. Thank you, David. I absolutely agree, mate. I absolutely agree. But you know what? He won't do it. Use Harry as a left back. I would bring in Evans to pair Nucha while De Ligt can come from. We got Harry Amass. He's good enough. We should play Harry Amass on the left-hand side. Don't overcomplicate things. Left foot on the left back. Leacher left side is centre back. De Ligt right side is centre back. Dalot right. I guarantee you it will work, guys. And when it does work, I'm going to see his teeth. Uncle Sal told you so. Uncle Sal told you so. Absolutely. And I'm going to tell you something in a minute as well, which is going to blow your mind. Erik ten Hag will continue playing his favourites no matter how. That is the problem with Erik ten Hag, child. If I was to bring in a problem with Erik ten Hag, it is favouritism. It is favouritism at the end of the day. That is the problem with Erik ten Hag, if I'm being totally honest, guys. It is the favouritism thing. Of course, I would play Hamas on Antony left back. Me too, Brian. I don't know about Antony. If we played a three at the back and we play Antony like that, maybe, but definitely Harry Hamas, Brian. I would absolutely. Are these clubs interested in Antony as a footballer or some to work their mega stores? Antony is a good footballer. Let's not be disrespectful to Antony. He is a good footballer, but he's not a Manchester United footballer, in my opinion. I don't think he's at that level of a Man United footballer. I think he's more like an Everton-type winger. He would do well for someone like that. Maybe even better. Maybe even a Tottenham-type winger. He's something like that on that mould. But I don't think he's a Manchester United winger at the moment. I really don't. But you know what? We haven't played him enough this season, and we should have played him more games. You know what I mean? We're very slow to change things, of course, guys. Who's your soggy biscuit of the day? How was your day, Sal? Did you have something? I had a fantastic morning so far. It's literally just started. I've only been 2 hours into my morning so far, guys. So, you know, it's literally just started. All elements included, of course. I'm going to the gym today. After this, I'll go straight to the gym, of course, guys, and then go and get something to eat. You know, and that's what I'll do. But so far, so good. We've got our health, and that's the most important thing, of course, guys. Absolutely. Apparently, Liverpool are interested in buying Alvaro Fernandez. Yes, and Chelsea. Erik ten Hag selling Alvaro Fernandez over Kovar was a serious lapse in judgment. I do believe that, Almac, and I think that was a mistake. If we're balancing things out, and I did say it at the time, you know, before now, it's easy to say it in hindsight, but I said it back then, and I was shut down by a lot of people in regards to Fernandez and Kovar. I felt we should have kept Kovar, give Kovar an opportunity before we signed Onana, and we should have gave Fernandez a chance because we needed a left back. And given the history of Luke Shaw and Tyrone Malacia, of course, you know what? We should have kept Fernandez. You know, Alex Ferguson would have kept Fernandez because of our history. You know what I mean? And look at it now, as predicted. Sometimes, you know what? They need to listen to the fans. They need to listen to fans. When fans think a player is good, they tend to be good. You know what I mean? And Fernandez is good. And we were screaming at Fernandez. Like O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue in midfield was playing well in the preseason. I thought he was one of our bright spots in this preseason. And we got rid of him. You know what I mean? But we were all saying, goodness me, that O'Donoghue, he's a good player, isn't he? He's good. Rice Bennett is a good player. It's another one. Do you know what I mean? In the young players, I like, you know, a defender. You know, there's many there. You know, we have to give these players a chance, of course. Farah is hit by 16.7. Mr. Sal, do you think we should go move for him? He's 16.7 million until January, until 2025. After 2025, we have to pay premium for Alvaro Fernandez. So if we have to sign him now, you know, basically, do you know what I mean? We have activate the buyback clause now if we're going to buy him back, of course. I would buy him back for that price, yes. I would buy him back because it's cheap. Rather than spending 50, 60 million on another left back, just bring back Alvaro Fernandez and cut our losses, guys. By the way, Stephanie Griffiths had a flu jab and was a bit poorly. I told her yesterday. I did tell her yesterday. If you watched the stream yesterday, I told her that you will get sick because it does give you a little bit of the flu. I don't deal with vaccinations and flu jabs and stuff like that. Trust me, mate. Don't let anything foreign in your body like that, man. Definitely. Absolutely. My belief is that if you're good enough, you're a younger player, you're old enough. Absolutely, Jim. That is what Man United have been throughout the centuries. Good enough. If you're good enough, you're old enough. It doesn't matter how old you are. Do you know what I mean? If you're good enough, you're old enough. Antony is a Celtic, Ajax, and maybe even a PSV kind of player. Uchichi, I agree, could be. He's that type of player. It's not that he's a bad player. It's just that he's not a Manchester United player. He's not going to get us to the title. That's what it is. And we need players who are going to get us to the title. Do you know what I mean? Who can create, who can score. Do you know what I mean? Especially creating, because we're not creating enough on the wing. You know, and that is the problem right now for Man United, of course, guys. Gloria, big up everyone, of course, guys. Everyone, absolutely. Let me just bring in some more news for you guys. I just want to bring in some things for you guys, absolutely, if I may. Mick McCarthy has blasted some Manchester United players for hiding behind Erik ten Hag. He has also said that he is heartbroken by the performances of Manchester United, the way some of those Manchester United players have down-tooled, and you know what, Mick McCarthy is not related to Man United. You know what, he's not an ex-manager of Man United. He's not an ex-player of Man United. Mick McCarthy, of course, guys, he used to dislike Man United. He's one of our greatest rivals, of course. You know what, he didn't really say anything nice about Man United over the past, but there you go, hiding behind Erik ten Hag. Mick McCarthy blasts Man United players for hiding behind Erik ten Hag and the Glazers amid a decade-long decline. There you go, guys. That is from Mick McCarthy. Guys, What do you think of Mick McCarthy's comments? Of course, he was on TalkSport, and he was talking about backing Erik ten Hag and saying that it's not just his fault. Do you know what? Smart ones of us, the ones who are smart here, we know it's not just Erik ten Hag. We know the players have a huge part to play in this. We know 7, 8 of those players have been there for 10 years. Do you know what I mean? 6, 7 years, so to speak, have been down tooling. We know what goes on at Man United. And you know, after the 3rd year, they start down tooling, etc. Do you know that? We know that, of course. What do you think of Mick McCarthy's comments there, guys? Do you agree with him that they are throwing Erik ten Hag under the bus? Do you agree? Yes, Jim, my belief is that, yep, absolutely. I read that one. Big up, Jim. Anthony, yep, I read that one. Thank you. David, we need to contain Brentford for the first 5 minutes. There is last 4 games they've scored in the first minutes, so they need to be careful. Yeah, they do come out the blocks quickly. They have got a record amount of goals in the first minute, of course, guys. So we have to be wary of that. And how do we combat that? We have to use the crowd. We have to use the intimidation tactics in our favor, and we have to press from the start. And I said it. We need to press from the start. We have to press from the start. We have to start attacking Brentford from the first whistle. Given it, being aggressive on the ball, etc. Not too aggressive, not sent off aggressive, because we know what these referees do with Man United, the bias against Man United. Not that type of aggressive, but we need aggression from the start, guys. Pressing from the start, that's what we need, in my opinion, guys. Absolutely. Hello, Bath Time. Big up, Jim. Big up, Bath Time, of course. Mick's getting ready for a Saipan film to absolutely ridicule him. I think Steve Coogan is playing him. Mick's, who's that? Mick McCarthy, you mean? Mick's getting ready for a Saipan film, absolutely ridicule him. I think Steve Coogan is playing him. Who's that? Who are you talking about, mate? Who are you talking about? Mick McCarthy? Fill me in. What's that about a Saipan film, mate? Hopefully I'm back, guys. Hopefully I'm back, guys. Yeah, I'm back, guys. I'm back, guys. Yeah, I think I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. I'm definitely back, guys. There you go. If PG and MM come out and saying this, that we have a massive issue. You know what I mean? There you go, mate. There you go. At the end of the day, there's more issue. There's more than meets the eye at Man United, of course, guys. More than meets the eye. Yes, of course, Sal, they did this to Moyes and Van Gaal, Ole and Ten Hag. Absolutely. And now these managers are saying it. These managers are starting to stand up against it. Which area of London is Ealing belong to? West London, mate. West London, mate. London Borough of Ealing. Do you think Andrew Gomez would want to come back to the club? The club is a mess. Yeah, I think he would, Almac. He said he would. He said it's his dream to come back. He did. At the end of the day. Kazi, I think they might be right. Barton, yes, there's a comedy film out next week about Roy Keane in Saipan. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, okay, I get you. I saw Steve Coogan filming that. Not filming it in person, but I saw him on Twitter. Pictures of him filming that film. I wondered what the film was. Thank you, Bath Time. I'm going to check it out when it comes out. Definitely, guys. Absolutely. Take a break of sunshine. Absolutely. We will take a break of sunshine. It's always sunny here in the Middle East, guys. So you know what? I will take a break of sunshine. Absolutely. Wow. How dare you talk about the players like that? You don't know them and you don't know what's going on. The players are human beings and you want them to perform while trashing them. Well, you want to trash the manager and you want the manager to perform while trashing him. At the end of the day, come on, stop talking crap. This criticism, you can structure criticism. Don't be a bloody snowflake. Don't come on my stream and be a snowflake. Take a break of sunshine. You need to take a break from your life, guys, at the end of the day, because you're talking rubbish. Next, Break of Dawn. Big up, Kazi. Absolutely. Ichichi, big up, Kazi. Absolutely. Ichichi, please, Ten Hag is just as Anthony. That dude ain't just that Man United kind of coach to compete with the likes of our City and Arsenal. We have to wait and see. Do you know what? Listen to Mick McCarthy. Listen to all these people. These are experts at the end of the day. These are experts. And you know what? We have to give it a chance. If you want to compete, you have to give things time. Arteta came 8th twice, Ichichi. Let's not forget. Absolutely. Run the lights up, please, and press the subscribe button. Absolutely, press the subscribe button, guys. Don't forget, of course. What's up with the title? Hasaifa? What's up with the title? I've been explaining it throughout the show, Hasaifa. Sorry, mate. Scroll back, my friend. Scroll back. Erik ain't a bad coach for me, but not the United kind of coach. Remains to be seen. At the end of the day, we have to wait and see. But who is a United kind of coach? Is Jose Mourinho a United kind of coach? That guy's a Champions League winner twice, isn't he? He's a treble winner, Jose Mourinho. Is Louis van Gaal a United kind of coach? You know, who is a United kind of coach at the end of the day? Is Ole a United kind of coach? Who is a United kind of coach? Is Ragnick a United kind of coach? Look at Ragnick's doing an international 4-1 yesterday. Who's a United kind of coach? Because at the end of it, I'm starting to see patterns here, you know, of the same things going on every single year. The same things are happening every single year, of course, guys. The players need to take responsibility for their actions on the field, that they all hide behind the coach. You can see some of them don't play with the heart. Absolutely. And this is where the intelligence comes from. David, I thank you very much. This is where the intelligence comes from. You have to observe things from a place from above, not just from your heart and your hatred for a certain manager and your disdain for a certain manager. It's all about looking at things from a bird's eye point of view and understanding the circumstances of what is going on at a football club. These type of things have been going on for years now. Years. You know what I mean? And we're just going to blame the manager again and do the same thing again. Do you know what I mean? It's madness. Eric has had the CV to management. They really developed it as a coach, and it means to be unable to adapt to the league. But most importantly is the pressure of United. Not too many can, to be fair. At halftime, not too many managers can. And who can? Well, how long is a piece of string? Who can manage Man United right now? The Man United job is heavy, and we have to look at the circumstances that have been dealt. You know what I mean? Especially the off-field issues and some of those players who've been there for years. We have to take that into account. Not totally discounting any wrongdoing to Erik ten Hag, not discounting that, but we have to look at it from an intelligent point of view, not just one tunnel vision. Erik ten Hag, that's it. He's the wrong. He's the guy. He's the devil. That's it. We can't be doing that. We have to look at it from there. We have to look at it from there. We have to look at it from there, and we have to look at things and why we ain't been successful since 2013, guys. Let's be honest. And we've had winners. We've had Jose Mourinho. You know what I mean? What else are we waiting for to start playing? Kone soon, and Chido is what we should know of soon. We're waiting for them to get some under 21 games. Of course, settle down in the area first. Of course, you have to bed in players. That's what Man United do. You bed in players. If you want successful young player, you bed them in gradually. And I hope they will be bedded in gradually really soon. I really do. Last night, I watched no chatting or anything. I watched Footy Judge Mo and some fake football fans talk just to see that enemy is talking about one who is an Arsenal fan. I've never watched them. Mo, I know Mo. I know Mo. I never watched any of those, to be honest with you. I haven't. Only 3 United managers have ever won the league. Absolutely. Good fact. Good fact of the day from bath time. Do you know what I mean? It isn't easy. But then again, Alex Ferguson did manage Man United for, was it 27 years? Something like that. So, yeah. You know, I mean, we have to bear that in mind as well. Man United took 26 years to win the title, didn't they? I was there, guys. I remember. Chido Martin, first training with his teammates was mad. That guy can switch play and score. Absolutely. He's a future. He's going to be a great player, Chichi. Absolutely. He's going to be a fantastic player coming up. I think Erik ten Hag is the type of man. Erik ten Hag is a United type manager. Players just down tooling him just like previous managers. And that, Kazi, I agree with. Based on evidence, this is a fact. We're basing it on evidence. If this went to the court of law, it will be evidently that the players are to blame. Evidence. Those players have been there for years, by the way. Don't come back at me with, most of it is Erik ten Hag's team. It's Erik ten Hag's team. Most of it, this is Erik ten Hag's team. You know, this is Erik ten Hag. He spent 600 million. This is ten Hag's team. 7-8 players are there. It just takes one bad apple to ruin the fruit bowl, as we know. Uchichi, if Erik ten Hag to make it in Premier League United, you have to be patient. End of 16th and 14th for like 6 seasons. Uchichi, I want you to do my lottery numbers because you're telling me the future right now. Because I don't think Man United will finish 16th or 14th. At the end of the day, we've never finished that low. But Uchichi, you're starting to get in the realms of extremism and sensationalism in regards to your opinions because your hatred is getting in the way of logic. Guys, absolutely. It is 6-7 games into the season, guys. For crying out loud. Goodness me. My goodness, you wouldn't have survived under the Sir Alex Ferguson early days. Trust me. Definitely not. Only the fittest survive in football, guys. That's the end of the day. And if you can't be there at our toughest moments, don't be there at our highest moments, guys. Absolutely. If everyone thinks players are down to this, so why don't we bench them? Listen. At the end of the day, players are manipulators. They can lie. They can train well. They can play well class in training. But when they get on the pitch, it's not so much about down tooling so much. It's more to do with those 50-50 challenges. That pass should have been there, but they pass it there, passing back. They can do subtle little things that can affect the game. Right? As you know, we get the ball, we pass back too much. That's not a Ten Hag. That's not a Ten Hag instruction. That's them. You know, they do things like that. Then what are you going to do? Who are we going to get? We get rid of Rashford. We get rid of Bruno. You know, we're going to have to bring young players in. We're going to have to bring young players in. And at the end of the day, Erik ten Hag has seen these players perform, but these players perform when they want to perform. I myself, I would play the young players. I would drop some of those players who've been down tooling. Do you know what I mean? But if they're manipulating the manager in training and lying to the manager in training, then what's going to happen? Do you know what I mean? You play them and then you hope that they perform on the pitch. Benny McCarthy said it at the week, isn't it? They play so well, they're world class in training, but when they get on the pitch, something happens. There's something going on there, isn't there? I watched in Culture Ajax. It wasn't that bad. I understand that it's not the Dutch league, but the players need to play according to the instructions. Seems like they don't play. They do and they own things on the pitch. David, exactly, mate. You're speaking my language at the end of the day. You're speaking Sawanese at the end of the day, guys. David, absolutely. I absolutely agree with you, mate. And you know what? This is no coincidence because this has been happening for years and years and years at the end of the day. And you know what? By evidence, we should try something different. Sacking is not something different, in my opinion. Absolutely not. If we're being totally honest with ourselves, guys, absolutely not, guys. Let's get into some more news, though. Of course, guys, let's get into some more news. Let me just go down here. I'm going to get into some more news, guys. So let's go down and let's read some more stories. Another story is out. Breaking: Manchester United are interested in adding another midfielder to their options next summer, and a view Atletico Madrid's Rodrigo de Paul as a suitable target. The 30-year-old has just 18 months left on his contract and will likely leave the Metropolitan at the end of the campaign. So at the end of the day, it could be a cheap option for Man United to bring into that midfield to bolster the squad. What do you think about that? My opinion is that Ineos are not signing anyone over 26 years old. So I find it a little bit difficult to understand this. I do find it a little bit difficult to understand this, guys, if I'm being totally honest with you people. If I'm being honest with you guys, I find it hard to understand. If I'm being honest, let me just do this real quickly, guys. Absolutely. If I do this real quickly. Yeah. I mean, 30-year-old, I don't think we're going after 30-year-olds right now. But if he is a cheap option, you know, 5 million, 10 million, why wouldn't you buy a player of that quality, of course, at the end of the day? Why wouldn't you? How would you feel about that? DePaul, another one on the conveyor belt of players that we are interested, guys. Goodness me. We got a lot, haven't we? We got a lot. Gloria. Erik ten Hag watch and can see what we see sometimes on the pitch. I see a lot. I've seen the 40 years of football, Gloria. I know what goes on the pitch. You know what I mean? I've seen absolutely. You know, at the end of the day, I've seen us play worse. Trust me. During the early days of Sir Alex. You know, but you have to be persistent. You know, being successful doesn't come overnight. But at the end of the day, do you know what? One thing I would say is stop getting on the manager's back too much and support. You know, for now. You know what I mean? Until he's no longer the manager. Uchichi. Kazi, slight nuisance. Who's a nuisance, Kazi? Who's a nuisance? No one bothers me. Sal, if these haters are Man United fan channels, they wouldn't dare to take me on there any debate. I could sit them down a subtle kind of way. Me too, mate. That's why they will never get me on there. You know what I mean? Red carpet, my ass. Absolutely. Erik has to take risks now to regain his standards because he just has a very small lifeline on the coaching line. Erik ten has to take risks now. I do agree he has to take risks. Yes, he does. I would agree with that. At the moment, he's caught in limbo because he either takes a risk or he doesn't take a risk. If he takes a risk now and it flops, then he's going to be blamed even more. He's on the knife edge. Uchichi, one thing we can't disagree on is that Erik ten Hag is on a thin thread. We know that. You know what I mean? So we have to get behind him and hope, because these players, trust me, Uchichi, I'm saying it right now, will let the new manager down. When a new manager comes in, they will let him down as well, guys. We don't need Rodriguez de Paul. We need a squad. It'd be nice if we get rid of Casemiro and stuff like that. We do need a squad. Tell the players to take the Green District line and tell them to get off at Fulham Broadway. Fulham Broadway is a fantastic place, mate. That is Chelsea area. Kazi, Chelsea, if you know, if you've been to Chelsea, you get off at Fulham Broadway on the District line, guys. Also, Sony Music is there. I've been there a number of times. The Sony Music is right there, guys. Sony Music. I used to go there all the time as well because I was in music a long time ago, guys. Big up Fulham Broadway. Beautiful area. Beautiful area of London, of course. Mayiba Longkuma, how you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you on the stream. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new, my friend, and press a like on the video. Let me see what you got to say. Ten Hag is a good manager who did extremely well at us, but not been able to implement the style like he had hoped. He will do well in a lower team or a league, but not good enough for United. Then who is Lon Kumar? Who is good enough for Man United if these players have been down tooling? These same players who've been there for 7 years have been doing the same thing. Who is a good manager for Man United then, Maiba? Tell me. Who do you think can take Man United to the title? Because we've had Jose Mourinho, who's a champion. Of course, we know. We've had Louis van Gaal, who's a very, very experienced, knowledgeable manager as well. Of course, we've had a legend like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We've had Rangnick, and we look at Rangnick, what he's doing at Austria. Rangnick is killing it at Austria. Am I back, guys? Am I back? 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 Am I back, guys? Yeah, I'm back. Rangnick is absolutely smashing it at Austria right now. So is he a bad manager too? Is he not right for Man United too? Who is right for these players? Who is right for Rashford and Shaw and Lindelof and Maguire? Who is right for these players? I want to know. Yeah, that would be good. Tell me, Maiba, who do you think can do it? But at the end of the day, whoever we say can do it, whoever we say, if it is Amorim, you know what I mean? If it is Tuchel, if it is that Stuttgart manager, Honeb, if it is one of these managers, how do we know that? Are we going to waste another 3 years? I mean, we have to look at it, you know what I mean? We have to look at it from... We should not be going for granddaddy retirement players. Enough is enough. Manchester United is not... Absolutely, I agree with that. I don't think it's going to happen anyway. What's this? What is happening at United? Going for a lot of rejects. United can't just compete to sign the best players. Just they're doing it for the squad, Uchichi, and it's just a rumor. Is that the future scary? Why DePaul? Mate, it's just a rumor. Don't cry, Gloria. It's a messenger. It's just a rumor. Don't get it, don't get overly blood pressure on that. Breathe. It's not that bad. Breathe. We've got a lot of young players in our squad, guys. Ahmad, Garnacho, Euro's coming through, of course, guys. We've got Ugarte's only 23. We got De Ligt is only 23, 24, of course, guys. You know what we have to be. We got Amas coming through as well. It's not harmful to bring in some experienced players as well when we got a bunch of young players. That's how Alex Ferguson did it. He was a good player. I'd like him at United. There you go. And you have to balance it out with experience and youth. We got a lot of youth in our team that need to be nurtured. And we're going to bring through the youth guys. And you have to be prepared for this. I'm telling you, United fans right now, be prepared for Obi Martin. Be prepared for all the young players and Kone coming through the ranks. Be prepared for it and be prepared to be patient because that is what's going to happen, guys. You know what? We're going to have to build from the bottom and build up a new generation. Of course, went to Fulham many times to work, but lost my Oyster card. Kazi, do you know what I mean? Oyster cards, my goodness me. Please, Man United can sign Watkins now. He's doing very well. He's going to cost about 100 million, my friend. Absolutely. When players play according to coaches' instructions, see or Chelsea not bad listening to the coach. That's why they are playing so well. Not going to win the league without their presence. At Progression, absolutely. David, you're on fire today. You're on fire, David. Thank you so much, David, for your comments. Of course, take a break from life. Just leaving this channel and the player hate. Goodbye. There's no player hate. You melon. Goodness me. Absolutely. Best of luck to you in your snowflake career. No wonder you got flowers as your the only coach right now for them is the coach that can sell all the dressing room shit players. Rashi and Bruno Ronaldo. United's in the pain and we are ready to get. I like that comment, Uchichi. I agree with that, my friend. I really do agree with that. I 100% wholeheartedly agree with that, my friend. Really do. What you're saying. Those players do need to be sold. The players that have been there for years and years and years. Some of them fouled under Louis van Gaal. Some of them fouled under Jose. Some of them fouled under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And most of them fouled under Rangnick, of course, as well, guys. Absolutely. Got to go, Sal. Catch you in the afternoon. Bless you. Good up, Jim. Big up. Take it easy, mate. Have a fantastic day, my friend. Fantastic day. Absolutely. My best wishes go to Grayo, by the way. Grayo is not here today. Obviously, got family issues. So I'm going to say my big shout out to Grayo and I hope he's doing well. Obviously, a legend of Stretford Post, a big legend of Stretford Post, guys. So I hope he gets well, and I wish the best for his family, guys. I do wish the best for his family. Absolutely. Joe, how you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Welcome. I can guarantee that International removed and it will be removed happens. These players potentially and talent will come out on full display for a couple of months, then down tool again, Malman. A few of them will come out and then play and then down tool again, Malman. It's what's been happening for the last few years, hasn't it? Do you know what I mean? That's what will happen, in my opinion. You have to look at it from the evidence that has been supplied. We've had great managers at our football club. As I said, Rangnick, who's doing well at Austria. We've had Jose Mourinho. You know what I mean? These same players have been there for these years. You know what I mean? They're too much of an influence. These players need to be removed first. in my opinion. I don't know if getting rid of Bruno and Rashford really solves any problems. We had the really big characters in the dressing room like Ronaldo. We do need a big dose. Something's going on. As I said, bath time, it's not just that. It's the players, it's the manager, it's other issues within the football club. It's a culture of the football club. We have fundamental issues at our football club that we're trying to fix. And it's not going to be a quick fix. This is what people need to understand. It's 10 years of mediocrity, 11, 12 years of mediocrity, guys, at the end of the day. So we have to take our time and fix this. And trust me, we will get to where we want to go. We will. But the problems need to be fixed. And the problems ain't just one thing. This is why I dislike it when people aim it at one thing and don't aim it at the whole football club as a general. Do you know what I mean? It's not just one person calling the shots, because we've got Ruud van Nistelrooy coaching the team as well. We've got René Hake coaching the team as well. There's lots of things going on. Sal Bruno and that guy, Carmelion, acting like he's a contributor on the pitch and the way it goes. At the end of the day, I think it will help. If I'm being honest with you, if we did sell Bruno and Rashford, I think it will help, because I do think they're too much of an influence. As we saw in the midweek, Bruno was speaking about Man United again during international duty. And you know what? What does that do for the football team? It doesn't help the football team. He shouldn't be talking about Man United. Roy Keane wouldn't be talking about Man United when he's at island duty. Do you know what I mean? You know, at the end of the day, don't talk about Man United while you're in international duty. Concentrate on your country. And then when you're at Man United, then you can talk about Man United. That's what I would say to Bruno. He's the captain at the end of the day as well. Got a bit of bounce, new power. Big up, Kazi. Have a good one, my friend. The legend, of course, Kazi. Big up, my friend. Bruno is suspect. He does eye service for me. He does eye service, lip service, you mean. Eric needs to watch that guy closely. Something is really happening in the dressing room. Glory Achichi, now you're starting to talk sense. Now you're getting it, mate. You're getting it now. Now you're starting to bring in this gospel that you're talking now. Now it's starting to make sense. You're starting to talk sense. Absolutely. There you go. Bruno's been off the form this season. He's been off form for 18 months. I think his character is good, be it Benny specifically mentioned him and Dalot in the leaders in the training. But you know what? I don't think he's been good for 18 months. Performances on the pitch is what matter, of course, as well. How can a player drop off the cliff like Bruno this season? A few months ago, he was our best player, because basically they feel like it. And that is what down tooling is. At the end of the day, Bruno has been not liked. He has fell off a cliff for a longer than Ten Hag. He doesn't perform. He's always been inconsistent. His best performances were in his first 18 months. His 18 months of the season were good. You take away Bruno's penalties and stuff, you don't really get a very, very high statistics, do you, at the end of the day? He had a few assists and stuff, but this season has been bad. Last season, it was bad. And I'll tell you why it's bad, because the best thing that Bruno did was that FA Cup final pass, you know, and we're still remembering that. You know, why isn't he doing it? It's up to him. Great players show themselves. There's a football pitch. There's a ball. If you're a great player, you do good things with that ball and you create goals and you score goals. Doesn't matter if you're playing there. Doesn't matter if you're playing there. Doesn't matter who's the manager. Great players will always show themselves. Ronaldo showed himself, didn't he? 25 goals and stuff like that. At the end of the day, at nearly 40 years old, at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? Why ain't he showing himself? You know, and that's what I would say about that, guys. That's what I would say about that. Let's get back into it then. Now, I want to show you guys this real quickly, just to show you something. Now, a few months ago, I wrote something on my Twitter. My Twitter thumbnail was saying that Zidane demands one signing, and Man United, he wants that player. Look at this. This was 6 hours ago, guys. This report was 6 hours ago, guys. And I want to really show you something, if I may. If I may show you something real quickly. I'm going to bring it in. I'm going to bring it in right now, guys, if I don't mind. If you don't mind. And I'm going to show you that why these media outlets do these certain things, okay? And you know what? How they spy on me is crazy, right? So I'm gonna look at this. I'm gonna show you this, guys, and I want you to have your opinion on it. Just bear me a second. I'm just gonna download it from here, if I can. Let's get this out. If I can download it from here real quick. All right. Oops, that's why. Actually, it would help if I turn my data on. 1 second. Now, all right. At the end of the day, look, if you look at, I'm going to get you this, right? If you look at this, this video, I'm going to show you it now. I'm going to send a link in, guys. I'm going to send a link in for you guys real quickly, if I don't mind. If I get this for you, 1 second. I'm going to send a link in for you guys. All right. If you look at, I'm going to bring it in. So I'm going to get this up. 1 second. So look at this, right? Look at this. I said this literally months ago, guys. Months ago. Zidane demands one signing at Man United with ex-Real Madrid coach open to replace. This is Football 365, guys. Football 365. Now, look, when I posted this, look at the link and you look at when I said that. Here's the link, right? And you look when the time I said that was months ago, guys, was months ago. And you know what? Copying me, absolute copycats at the end of the day. And I said it basically in July, guys, around July, August time, I said that. Now, you know what? Give props where it's due at the end of the day, you know what? But they won't, will they? They won't give any props to me. At the end of the day, they're just looking through media outlets, they're looking through fan channels and finding something that they can talk about. And then, you know what? Oh, that is a good one to say. That's a good news story. And then just copy me, of course, guys. That's what they do. Thank you very much, of course, guys, for the to them for the actual props. Not actually. Bruno is suspect. Yep, I agree. I've read that one. Bruno's been off this season, but his character is good. Brent, character. You need to have obviously a package in regards to you, of course. How can the player drop off a cliff? Like I think I read that one. Big up, Jarl. Big up, Jarl. Could it be a new system, Jarl? False 9 in a nightmare experience? There's a number of problems, not just systems. Roy Keane said that systems are overrated. It's about how much effort you put on the pitch. Let's see. Bruno, 79 goals and 76. That's a good point. Every player game. I can see he has not been good for Erik ten Hag. At the end of the day, look, it depends what kind of assists they are. There are mitigating circumstances. You have to use your eye test at the end of the day, and he hasn't been good. There are a number of channels who have been laying into him unfairly over the years, but he hasn't been good for a long time. And players do drop off. Players do drop off. For me, I personally think that he shouldn't be the captain. I don't think he's influential enough as a captain. I think he's not inspiring. I don't think he's inspiring. And there was a reason that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't give him the captaincy. And 244 games, 70 assists, 70 goals, 79 goals. A lot of them are penalties as well. Let's not forget about 30, 40 of them are penalties, guys. So we have to say that as well. It's not the best. It's not the best. It's a good in a mid-table team. It's all right. His assists are not bad, if we're being honest with you. But recently, we have to go by how good he's been now, and he's not been good. And that is not just down to the manager. You are a captain of Man United. You cannot blame Erik ten Hag for his downfall. You can't. At the end of the day, is he going to blame it on Ruud van Nistelrooy? You're going to blame it on Rennie Hacke? You're going to blame it on Steve McLaren? You're going to blame it on these players as well? He was poor under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for a long time as well. Are we going to blame it on Rangnick and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? These players. There's a problem at Man United. There's a problem, and there's absolute fundamental issues at our football club, of course. If there's a coach I do not want at United, Zidane, he will take Erik ten Hag instead. Thank you very much. Zidane, I don't know. He's conflicting this course, guys. Absolutely. Give me Moyes instead. Joe, come on, mate. Give me it. Koundé, yes, bath time, Koundé. I said before on my stream that Zidane wants Koundé if he's going to come in at Man United, and people were laughing at me. Now, Bet Football 365, I've been saying exactly the same thing 2 months later, guys. For goodness sake. Is it just me? Do you know what I mean? For goodness sake. It's crazy. I'm just bringing it in on the subject, of course, guys, because you know what? People don't think I'm in the know, but you know what? I am, right? And I do have contact, and you know what? They're reporting things from months ago. You know what I mean? And you know what? I think it's great. I think it's funny. I do think it's quite hilarious, if I'm being totally honest with you guys. Absolutely. Definitely. But yeah, that is basically in a nutshell what I wanted to bring in, because, I don't like boasting about things and stuff like that. I don't like saying things like that. But you know what? It had to be brought into the subject, guys. It had to be brought into the subject. Now, let's get on to something else, guys. A little bit more lighthearted, of course. Some of you agree. But Manchester United are expected to trigger the 1-year extension in Harry Maguire and Ahmed's contracts, courtesy of Rich Fay. What do you think of that? Would you give Harry Maguire a new contract? Obviously, Ahmed, of course, deserves his new contract, of course, guys. I agree with that. But would you give Harry Maguire a 1-year extension? Rumour is he wanted first-team football. I don't think Man United can offer that. I think he's a fantastic pro. Is he good enough for Man United? I don't know. I can't say 100% wholeheartedly. I don't think he's good enough, but he's good as a squad player. What do you guys think? I think he's good as a squad player. Should we keep him rather than selling him for 10 million in January? Should we keep him? at the end there. But he's going to want first team football, isn't he? This is the biggest problem with it. He's going to want first team football, and we can't offer him first team football right now, as we know. So Ahmad, obviously, I agree with giving him a new contract, but Maguire, maybe we should cut our losses and move on. I don't know. I'm conflicted in regards to it. Imagine backline Koundé and Martinez. They both are 5 for bath time. People will be crossing in the box every single day, every single game. Cross the box, cross the box. Leacher can jump high, though. He's underrated. Big ups, Al. Big ups to Cheese. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the stream. Absolutely. I suggest Xerxes takes Bruno's position as he's a good link-up player. I agree. So for a little while, just test it. We need to test these things out at the end of the day. We need to test it out. We need to test these things, guys. Absolutely. We need to test these things out. Absolutely. That's right. Absolutely, Sachis. Absolutely, Sachis, 100%. Jarl, there are two stories going around about Maguire. One is the thing, Maguire will be sold in the window. There's two stories. Harry Maguire wants first-team football. He does want first-team football, and he's getting to the stage in his career that he wants first-team football, of course, guys. Big up, Mark, of course, my legend. I would offer, if I secure a proper value sale next summer, I would offer, you know what, the 1-year extension could be to sell him on. And obviously, if his contract is running out, he can go for cheap. So if we offer him a 1-year extension, we could sell him for more money, of course, guys. Absolutely. There is still, I think I just read that one. Bath time, Maguire's our best defender. I'd offer him a new deal on the same money as Euro, around 150k. I don't know about our best defender, my friend. I don't know. That's a bit extreme. He's a good pro. He's a good pro, Bath time. I would say that, and he never complained. He never complained at all. He never complained. Absolutely not. Big up. With the Leacher is playing, we may need Maguire to finish the season. Yeah. But he's not a left footer. I don't like playing a right footer as a left back. I don't like doing that. I was a defender myself, and you know what? You get imbalanced. It's imbalanced. I don't like imbalance in the football team. We've got Euro who can play there. Euro's coming back soon, and we've got Leacher who, of course, Leacher's going to come back. Leacher's good. Leacher's our best defender, mate. Whatever anyone says, right now, over the last 2 year or so, Leacher's been our best defender. I know he's been injured prone, but he's been our best defender. I wouldn't play Harry Maguire. It won't work. Especially not left-sided centre-back. My God. Sometimes Eric Ten Hag does not help himself as he shows too much loyalty to certain players. I agree. Which always backfires, and maybe this is why he's... But one thing I would say goes to George, we don't know what's going on in the dressing room. You know, we don't know what's going on. We don't know what's happening in the dressing room, and that is one thing I would say, guys, absolutely. Some players might be performing. Some players' attitude might be better than others. I don't know. But I agree with you. Some of those players have been down-tooled, not playing well for the last few years. Need to be moved on, in my opinion. I do. 6 or 7 of them. Xerxes is not mobile enough. I know people are mad at Bruno, but let's rewrite history. Xerxes is cool, but he's not ready to start, in my opinion. We don't know that. He hasn't really started in that position yet. I wouldn't say he's not ready to start. I think he is. I do think he is the number 10 position. I think he's ready to start. I mean, Bruno's not playing well. We need to get him out of the fire line. It's no diss to Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes has played too much football, in my opinion. I think he needs a rest. Playing for Portugal, playing since the Euros, and playing every single game for Man United. You know what? Sometimes you have to rest players. Sir Alex Ferguson did the same. He rested players, even our best players. He rested Cantona, players like that. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. I would be happy to keep Maguire. You have to try different things at the end of the day, you know. And one thing I would do is I would rest Bruno. I would. He needs a break. He does. I would be happy to keep Maguire around if his wages didn't go down 100k. He's a good pro. Elijah has been poor since the World Cup sale. He might have had an injury, but Rusty shouldn't be in the team at the moment form. So you would play a player out of position to play, not to play Harry Maguire out of position. He's not a left footer, mate. We need a left footer in there. We can't. We're not playing a right footer as a left footer. It would be clumsy. We'll concede more goals. At the moment, how many goals we conceded? We've had a few clean sheets recently. You know, so we have to remember that. You know, at the end of the day, we have to remember, we have to be loyal to our players as well, guys. I'm loyal to players. I don't want players sold. I'm not saying sell these players and stuff. I'm saying give players a rest. Sometimes you have to do that. You know, take them out the firing line and give them a little bit of rest, and then we'll see. Do you know what I mean? Did you see the shuffle thing between the player and against Villa? Was it them having fun or something more serious? I wouldn't read into it too much, mate. I would say is that things happen in football. Things happen in football. Nothing is always serious. I like a bit of passion. I like a bit of anger. I like a bit of argument in my thing. It shows they care, doesn't it? At the end of the day, guys. Let's actually bench Bruno so Bruno can rest a little. It's all about rest, Uchichi. I agree. It's all about rest. Nothing against Bruno. It's all about having a rest. It's about having a rest, and that's why I'm saying it. Van der Vaart isn't a left footer. I'm convinced the passing angles Ten Hag wants were nowhere near as important as he thinks. Having a left-sided centre-back is very important. So Alex Ferguson, balance, concentrate everything on balance. It's about balance at the end of the day. If you play a right foot as a left-sided centre-back, you're going to be in balance. And it's just like what's happening with Dalot at the moment, which is why Licha Martinez is getting exposed, because Dalot is playing on the left half time. He's playing on the left. And when Dalot cuts into midfield, which he does to support Eriksen, right? He cuts into midfield. He leaves a gaping hole on the left-hand side. And what happens then? Licha spreads out and create onto the left side of the left back. He's not a left back. It creates space in the middle. And then people blame Licha Martinez. It's about balance. It's about balance. And if we're not having the balance in the team, how are we going to progress? You know what I mean? We got Dalot, who's a right footer playing left back. It's going to affect Martinez on the left side of centre back. You have to look at it from all angles, guys. Not just he's been playing bad and he should be dropped. And that's it. It's not just about that. At the end of the day, it's not just about that. At the end of the day, guys. So at the end of the day, yeah. Well, Henning Berg and people like that. Ronnie Johnson could play left-sided centre back. At the end of the day, you know, they were all two-footed, most of them. At the end of the day, and they were balanced. It's a multi-layered thing, Mark. Come on, Mark. You should know that, mate. Having supported United for 30 years, my friend. Johnny Evans is too old. We need to think forward. Absolutely, we need to think forward. I would go for balance, guys. I would go for balance. Absolutely, guys. 63 watching me today. Absolutely, this is the place to be, guys. It's Stretford Post. 63 watching. Thank you so much, everyone who's joined me today. At the end of the day, 63 watching me at the end of the day. Mark, at the end of the day, listen. You're going to disagree with me. I disagree. I think Dalot has affected the left-sided centre-back position, guys. He has affected the left-sided position. It has. It does affect it. As a former semi-pro footballer, it does affect the left-back position, my friend. I'm not gonna disagree, mate. You should know that. At the end of the day, balance is very important. It does affect the whole line, the whole back line. You move one defender from the back line, it affects the whole back line. If you imbalance the back line, it affects the whole back line, guys. It does at the end of the day. So let's not talk in riddles and stuff like that. And this is that, and not blame Dalot because you're a big fan of Dalot, or not blame Bruno because you're a big player FC and all that. I'm not on that. Isn't it crazy that Martinez can't play Ten Hag system now? It's weird, but that's to do with the midfield at the end of the day, and the team in general. That's not just Licha Martinez, is it? Who can play this Ten Hag system? Who can play this Ten Hag system at the end of the day? Who is the guy to take this Ten Hag system, guys? Who is it? You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, there's a number of players there who are not playing well. They're not playing well. There's a number of players are not playing well, guys. Not just Licha Martinez. De Ligt hasn't really shone like he should. You know what I mean? The only player who's been really playing well is Mazraoui. You know what I mean? And he's just signed for the club and he won't be playing because he's got a heart condition, guys, at the end of the day. There's a number of players there who have not been playing well, not just Licha. You know what I mean? Dalot's not playing well. Eriksen's average, right? Then you've got players like Ugarte, who has not been playing well. You know, Ahmad has been off the last 2 games. Rashford has been okay. It's been decent, but not brilliant. Bruno's been off. What is that? What's that to do? Is that all Ten Hag? Is that all Ten Hag? It's not all Ten Hag. Absolutely not. You know, at the end of the day, the players need to put in a performance. And that's it. Do your effort on the pitch. As Roy Keane said, tactics are overrated, guys. Evansville guys and Dalot and Onana have been the best performers so far this season, in my opinion. Yes, I would agree with that. But that's not thinking forward. You know what I mean? It's not thinking forward. Maybe he plays them because of that. But Roy Keane said it, didn't he? Roy Keane said, we're reverting back. Did you see overtime? Did you see overlap? Did you see overlap? What Roy Keane said? I suggest listen to Roy Keane, guys. Listen to Roy Keane, what he said there on the overlap. My goodness, he's spot on. He said it's not just the players. You know, you're bringing in older players and you're trying to make them get you forward. You have to give a chance and let those players settle down, guys. Let the players settle down. Let the new players settle down. You know what I mean? And then, you know, stop going back to reverting to things. Dalot hasn't been our best player. 7 of our goals, 8 goals have been through that side, on the left-hand side. It's been on the left-hand side, guys. Dalot has been a problem. He's been one of our worst players. He's been a problem. You know, he's been look how many goals have been on the left-hand side. How many goals? It's been on the left-hand side. Come on, man. Come on. At the end of the day, I showed someone up on the live stream. You know what I mean? Some of them absolutely agree with that, Mark. Some of them are not match fit, and they do need to get match fit. This is the thing. We're in November nearly, guys. Come on, they need to be fit, guys. Absolutely need to be fit. But Dalot, absolutely disagree. Most of the goals have been come from his side. What happened against Brighton? It was him. What happened against Liverpool was him. You know, I mean, not just him, but it was a big part of it. Dalot has stopped the goals used to concede down the middle, Martin. Down the middle, and he's conceding more on the left. There you go. David, we always have injuries on the left. What's up with that? I know we don't have enough. Well, that's Luke Shaw, because Luke Shaw's been there, hasn't he? Luke Shaw's been there. That's why Luke Shaw he's injury prone. Luke Shaw's injury prone. Malacia's got rehabilitation or something. He's doing kickboxing on pads and stuff like that. He's not at the end of the day. Because Licha has been off and blame people, but people are blaming everyone, Mark. I mean, people like Mark, you're going after one player. You know, you want Licha, it's Licha, because Dalot's your favourite. Dalot's been poor. Let's be honest. All the goals are coming from his side. He's the left back. He's the one who should be defending that side. You know, he's a left back, mate. Listen, mate, I don't blame every single one player. You know what I mean? I blame the whole collective. And when I look at the balance of that defense, the defense is not balanced enough. Look at the Fulham game when Martinez was higher alive. Look at the Porto game when he kept letting Porto cross into the box. You know what I mean? Without being on his side. Look at that. When he kept cutting into the midfield. Look at that. Stop backing up players. At the end of the day, the defense is not balanced. The defense is not balanced and it's not working together. De Ligt is a new defender just in there. You need to let him settle as well. And when the two partnerships of the defense don't play well, are new, it's going to take time to get used to each other. You have to give it time. There's going to be mistakes. You have to give it time, guys. Absolutely. There's too much play FC going on. You know why? You know what I mean? There's too much play FC going on. That's why Rashford is struggling. Rashford's been struggling since we haven't had a proper left back. You know what I mean? That is what it is. At the end of the day, listen, I'm not just here to talk rubbish. Supporting the club 40 years. Do you know what I mean? I've seen a lot of left backs. I know what balance can do to a side, and especially on the full back positions. A left foot on the left back a right foot on the left back does not work. A left foot on the right foot does not work. On the right back does not work. We need to be clever here. It's not working. Yeah, we have to play Harry Amass, something like that. So was Dalot, Mark. Dalot's been poor as well. If Dalot is poor, you lose your defender. Dalot's poor as well. All the goals have come from the left side. Stop defending him, Mark. Stop defending him, mate. Stop defending him. Licha must defend and not run. See, this is what I mean. This is like over extreme. The opinion is over extreme. You know what I mean? The reality is your reality, not my reality, Mark. Not my reality, mate. I've been to over 500 games, Mark, right? You've been to 2 or 3. So I've seen a lot of unbalanced stuff, do you know what I mean, in my life at the end of the day. If you want to come on my stream, you want to just attack one player, I'm not going to take that. At the end, I don't care who you are at the end of the day. If you're going to come on my stream, you're going to attack one player, then, you know what I mean? It's just silly. You know, you cannot be overzealous. You have to be balanced as well. You have to be balanced in your argument. You can't just be attacking the manager, attack one player, attack. It's a multi thing, of course, guys. Do you think it was wrong to drop Mike? Yes, it was wrong. It was right to drop him. It was right. It was right to drop him. But blaming him for the mishaps of Dalot as well. Dalot has not been performing well. You cannot say Dalot has been performing well. Super Arch, no, Bruno isn't what fans hype him up to be. But there you go. At the end of the day, Bruno was good in his first season. At the end of the day, yeah, he's not playing good on the left side. He's not. He's definitely not playing good on the left side. And anyone who says he's good on the left side, I question their ability to understand football. At the end of the day, understand football. Do you know what I mean? I do believe that because he hasn't. He's been out of position a number of times. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that Licha has been fantastic. Licha hasn't been up to a level, but you have to have a balance here. You have to criticize one player and you have to criticize the other player. I criticize every player equally and I praise every player equally. I don't just because he's my favorite. He's my favorite. Like Anthony's my favorite. I'm not going to diss Anthony. You know, he's my favorite. I don't do things like that. That's not football's about. Let's play FC, mate. Let's play FC. I don't do play FC. You know what I mean? I don't do that. At the end of the day, none of these players have been playing well. If you think any of these players have been playing well, I don't think you're quite grasping what's going on, guys. I don't think you're quite grasping what's going on. Absolutely. He's two-footed, Mark. I've been to Turkey. He's two-footed. He's not. He's not. That's a lie. He's not right-footed. He's two-footed. He plays as a left back. He's been playing as a left back since he was a child. Since he was a child. You got Google in front of you. You can do what you want, mate. At the end of the day, you can do what you want, mate. Absolutely. Go to KG show. Get dissed on there, mate. Is it Dalot's fault when he is a right back playing left back? No, it's not. And he's not. But Almac, he's not a left back, is he? He's not a left back. At the end of the day, he's not a left back. He's a right back. So you can't blame him for that. But is he playing well at left back? He's not playing well at left back. Is Licha playing well? No, he's not playing well. Is De Ligt playing well? He's playing average. It's Maurice Bassarou is the only one on our back four is playing well at the end of the day. He's a natural left back. He's a left back. It doesn't matter if, look, at the end of the day, he's a left back. He's been playing a left back since he was a child, Mark. Since he was a child, he's a left back. He's by trade a left back. Dalot is not a left back. He's not been playing there since he was a child. He's been playing right back. Crying out loud. Mate, Trinidad football for you, mate. You're saying so it's a poor manager, poor recruitment, have the traditional fullback or poor tactics to invert a fullback position. The tactics are wrong. He shouldn't be playing. He should be playing Harry Amas. Harry Amas should be playing on that left back position. I believe, half-time. That's who I believe should be playing there. Agree fully with your sentence about Dalot. He played him at the right, why Amas not being played. Absolutely, Satish. Thank you. Thank you. Amas should be playing there. Eric Ten Hag needs to pick a squad that is all right for a position. Don't play inverted football just to play basics, of course. But he's a natural left back. Mate, am I speaking English? I'm from England. I'm speaking English, but I don't think people can understand. He was naturally a left back from a child, Mark. From a child, he was a left back. Dalot is not a left back from a child. For goodness, do you want me to look? I've got my board here again, Mark. Do you want me to draw you a picture as well? Come on, mate. It's me. Guys, that's it. I've had enough of this stream. But thank you guys for joining me. Do you know what I mean? We've got too many people who worship their own opinions, of course. It's an ego thing. But guys, thank you so much. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me. I hope you're all doing well. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. Basically, especially two fullbacks. Barthon, do you remember Slot's comments on Ten Hag system? They were specifically about two fullbacks being high up the pitch when the CDM dropping down. It's a problem. The fullbacks are a problem. Then they're a problem, mate. The fullbacks are a problem. They don't track back. There's too much. Absolutely. Absolutely. At the end of the day. He's a left back, Mark. I went to Turkey. I know about Turkish football. I watch Turkish football. He's always been a left back. He's always been a left back, mate. At the end of the day, you can make excuses for Dalot all you want. He's not performing. All the goals have come from that side. Can you explain that? Can you explain why all the goals are coming from that side? Thank you, Satish. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. Can you explain why all the goals are coming from the left back position, mate? You're bringing in one defender. I'm talking about successful football sides, successful football teams play better with natural left back, natural right back. It's a fact. It's a fact. Sir Alex Ferguson, Gary Neville, Dennis Irwin. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. Big up, Joel Blackman. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Big up, of course. Absolutely. Big up Backhand Entertainment as well. Nija has not. Mark, listen, you're arguing with the wrong guy, mate. Bath time. Big up, everyone. Could it be a combination of midfielder and winger not getting back enough? Yes. And that is to do with obviously the picks, the players he picks. Eriksen shouldn't be playing, should he? Eriksen shouldn't be playing at the end of the day. He shouldn't be there. And I think it's too slow. I think he should play a double pivot. I've been saying it for a long time. Joe, I'm good, bro. Thank you. Big up, Joe. Absolutely. Thank you so much, mate, for joining the stream. I'm about to end the stream, but thank you so much for joining. Big debate going on here, guys. Absolutely. Guys, look, listen. We have favorites. Everyone has their favorites. But at the end of the day, you know what? We don't worship and we're not player FC. Dalot has been poor, right? So has the midfield has been poor, right? So has Bruno's been poor, right? You have to call it what it is. You have to call it what. Being overzealous and it's just like it's worse for the club. It's bad for the club to be overzealous, of course. Thank you, Satish. Totally correct. Dalot is a natural right back. Licha will come good though. Licha could be dropped. It is, but we're going to play Harry Maguire as a left-sided centre-back. Damo, just starting to listen, mate. It's been an emotional show, but at the end of the day, I'll speak it as it is, mate. I'll speak it as it is at the end of the day. Run it back. Absolutely. Thank you, Joe Blackman. Big up, of course. Big up all the thing. Like at the end of the day, look, you cannot say that all the goals are not. I mean, the goals that have come from Man United this season against us have been from that left side. Why is that? Why is that? Is it just because of Leacher, or is it because Dalot keeps losing his man? Is it because he's not a left back? He's a right back. Is it because of that? Let's stop bringing in players who used to, bringing in that player's a right footer, but he's a left back. You know what I mean? He's a left back. He knows how to play left back. He's a natural sided left back. He likes playing left back. He likes playing left back, naturally a left back. Let's forget about if they're left footed or right footed. If he wants to play left back, that's his natural position as a child. He's a left back. He's playing there for Fenerbahce. He's playing there for Brighton right now. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, which is why we wanted him. He played there for Turkey. This is why we wanted him. Where does he play for Turkey? Left back. Where does he play for Brighton? Left back. Where did he play for Fenerbahce? Left back. But we can keep bringing in, Google players and say, oh, they've got a right foot and that. Some players are both-footed, by the way. Some players are both-footed. We don't have a left-sided left back, and that left back should be Harry Amas, in my opinion, because he's a left footer. I wouldn't play Maguire as a left-sided centre-back. Absolutely not. No chance. Could it be there be targeting the right-hand side of our defence with their... Could it be there? Yeah, because the right side of our defence, they're targeting the left side of our defence, mate. All the crosses that came in for Porto from the left side. The third goal came from the left side. All the goals came from the left side. Originated from the left side, of course. Spinoza was a decent left wing back, and I think he was right-footed as well. There are a number of right-footed left backs. I'm not saying that. One thing I'm saying is that if they're not a natural left back, if they haven't played left back all their career, Dalot hasn't. He hasn't. He's not a left back. He's not a left back. Spinoza's a specialised left back. It doesn't matter if you're right foot, left foot. I prefer left-footed left backs. Sir Alex Ferguson preferred left-footed left backs. That's where I go with that at the end of the day. Joe Blackman, play Amas and bring back Alvaro. Big up Joe Blackman. You see that common sense, common bloody sense? You know what I mean? We can't keep playing Dalot as a left back. He's not playing well there. Anyone who doesn't see that just doesn't have the best interest of the club at heart, in my opinion. Absolutely not. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Joe, everyone, Mark, bath time. Thank you everyone for joining me. Emotional show, my friend. Emotional show. Absolutely. Big up everyone who's in the chat and everything like that. Guys, I'll be back later on for Chatterbox. We can continue this argument then. Absolutely. Take it easy, guys. I'll be back later on and have a splendid day. I'm off to the gym. Work out some steam. Take it easy. Peace. Bye.